And mind you, that's not saying much. This is very hot off the press. I wrote it yesterday when I managed to get out into my garden and drag my weary body round the back and the front lawn. So being a poet, I celebrated by coming indoors and writing a little sonnet. The rhymes aren't quite there, but the rest of it's pretty okay. And because it's scribbled, I hope I'll be able to read it, but it's still in the first draft. And so, what did you do today? I mowed the front and back lawns back to back without a break. I never usually do that. One or t'other, and if the back, I stop halfway for a break. But today I was a woman on a mission. Got to beat the rain before it comes again, because we all know you can't cut the grass when wet. Besides, it's April 30th, so now I'll put my feet up for a no-mow May. So ecological and virtuous, delighting in my patch of buttercups, and fat bees buzzing in their clover dance. Yes, in my garden, nature gets a chance. And I'd like to finish with one from my book. I've never performed this one before because it's quite a personal poem. I wrote it about 4 years ago, and I've been through a very difficult time in lots of different ways. And it's about how I found God through all the trouble. And so I haven't shared it before, but it's called This Is My Story. And I've got the book there if I forget my lines. Between a rock and a hard place, that's the place I've been travelling in. Because when you kicked away the props, I didn't know where to begin. Relationships, locations suddenly far away. Roles and occupations no longer for today. Complete dislocation, disorientation, so I couldn't find my way. Distress and dislocation, the order of the day. And in this situation, to my great consternation, the health of body and mind gave way. When I started falling, I didn't know where I would land. And as I suffer from vertigo, it seemed like a challenging plan. But all I could think of to do was let go and fall into your hands. And I was caught, and I was fought for by the rock, whose face I recognised as I came to a standstill, and on whose bedrock I still stand. A rock that when struck releases a fountain of life-giving grace. A rock that when cleft uncovers the safest hiding place. A rock that is rock bottom, so there's nowhere else to drop. A rock I thought I already knew before you kicked away the props. To be honest, at the time, it felt like a kick in the teeth, like the whole floor, not only the rug, being pulled from under my feet, but the prize, the star prize in the wilderness, the greatest, the most life-giving, the best, face to face in the wilderness, worth every strain and every stress, was knowing more securely the solid rock beneath. So I have another one to read, because Alain wrote about Love Is, and I wrote a poem called Love Was. And it was fairly similar to Alain's, and when I heard his, I wanted to do mine as well. So this is called Love Was. Love was stomach churning, butterflies inside, heart misses a beat when I saw you in the street unexpectedly. And this was only 3 hours after you had left for work, after spending the night together 5,000 times. Love was safe and steady, always ready with a comforting hug, words of love, a refuge to hide, arms open wide, and always provide unflinching support, someone on your side who wasn't going anywhere. Love was deep and satisfying, peaceful, belonging, knowing you were home, never quite alone, touching the core of me, anchoring my identity, and creative, making sweet, sweet music together, and out of that pleasure, creating children. Love was tiring, demanding, exasperating, repeatedly weathering misunderstandings, false landings, taking a stand on different viewpoints, tensions out of joint, working it out, commitment meeting compromise. Love was energizing, enabling, inspiring, encouraging ourselves to be our best, egging us on to another adventure, cheering us on right up to the finish line every time, until the last finishing line. Thank you.